Hello, everybody, and welcome to Lifesize Live. It's the live show produced entirely through the Lifesize platform. I'm your host, Julian Fields, and with me today, we've got Vinay Bhagat, and we're talking about the power of authentic customer voice in marketing. Vinay, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Julian.
So, Vinay, tell me a little bit about your background and maybe a little bit about TrustRadius.
Okay. Well, I'm a serial entrepreneur.
Okay.
Previously founded a company called Convio that helped charities use the internet for communications and fundraising.
Right.
Today my company is TrustRadius, but the idea for TrustRadius was actually born through building my first company. As we scaled our business to about 450 people, we bought a lot of technology, including Lifesize.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
And along that journey, oftentimes it was a struggle to make good technology decisions. We never felt that we were entering a relationship always with our eyes fully wide open.
Okay.
And occasionally we would make mistakes and have to switch those products out. And so, the question was, were we bad at sort of buying technology, or does everybody struggle with this problem? So I started to speak to other tech leaders around Austin and realized that this was a pervasive need, not just something that we felt. Now, around that time, my company was getting acquired, and so I started to think about what was next for me. Mm-hmm. And I was buying a gift for my wife, a cappuccino machine. I walked into Williams-Sonoma. The sales guy tried to sell me one of the products they had in store. Didn't quite trust the advice I was getting.
Yeah, you read all the boxes, turned them all around and read the specs.
And I talked to a friend. He recommended a particular product. But before I bought this product, I wanted to do some independent research. So I Googled it, found some pretty good reviews on Amazon and Costco, but found this site called coffeegeeks.com that had amazing reviews of these home cappuccino machines. And I was like, well, why is it like a home appliance? Like you get all this excruciating detail about what it's like to operate a machine, how to clean it, how to maintain it, if you had to send it back for repair. Yet buying a piece of technology that could cost $100,000 to run my business, I could find literally nothing.
Yeah.
And the comparison was so stark for me, and that's where the idea of TrustRadius was born.
Okay, absolutely, that sounds great. So, peer-to-peer, how do you even go about getting that type of information out there?
Yeah, so, for the first couple of years of the company, the problem that we had to solve was getting people to go on the record to write reviews. So just to be clear, we're a customer review platform, a customer voice platform that uses reviews as the way to have customers express their experience with a product or a brand. We operate a site used by about 300,000 users every month who Google products, tech products that they're looking to buy, and visit TrustRadius to do their research. But we also partner with brands to help them use reviews as a way to get authentic customer feedback. And so the way that we develop reviews is really twofold. One is we have our own community. People who use TrustRadius find value in it and want to give back to the community and write reviews. We've got some prolific reviewers now who've written more than 15 reviews. They're just mavens in terms of their use of technology. And we're constantly trying to find people outside of the community and trying to invite them in as well. And then we work with companies like yourselves where you view this as a chance to get authentic customer feedback that can help you guide your customer success strategy, that can help you guide your product roadmap, but also becomes just a phenomenal way to get customers to tell your story. A big trend that's happening in marketing today is one of authenticity, where buyers no longer want to hear high-level messaging from a brand, because let's face it, a lot of brands say the same thing. Sure. Everybody has world-class support. Everybody has wonderful ease of use. But as a buyer...
And best quality.
It's really hard to cut through the noise. You want to know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And so that's the purpose that we solve, is we give brands a chance to get that feedback, but also put it out there. Not just on TrustRadius.com, but on their own channels. You guys syndicate reviews from TrustRadius to your homepage.
Yeah,
and that's pretty amazing.
It's a unique thing to be able to help both the buyers and the brands, because I know for us we have it on our homepage. It's unbiased opinions. We say these things. We say that we're best quality. We say that we're the easiest to use, and then we let our customers, explain how they've come to see this product. Do they think that it's super easy. And the thing that we've seen is, they've repeated a lot of the things that we've had to say, which is always cool to see.
Yeah, I mean, when a buyer backs up your claims, that's extremely powerful, and buyers have a way of expressing things in a way that's just frankly more believable and trustworthy. It's in their own words. Obviously, it's on a third-party site. It's backed up, but they also talk about the cons. Let's face it, no product, especially in B2B, is perfect. Every product has some issues and challenges, and what we've learned is in our research is that buyers have a lot more trust in the pros if they see the cons.
Okay.
They don't want to see perfection. They want to see reality. And we're smart enough, we believe buyers are smart enough to kind of cut through that and understand that, as long as a product is a good fit for their use case, there may be things that it isn't completely perfect at, but that's okay. That's what, again, makes the content trustworthy and believable by a buyer.
That, and I think also, relation to your industry. So I can look and find people that are, they're a hospital in the Midwest. I'm a hospital in the Midwest. Right. It makes it just that much closer to being able to, see myself in this product.
Yeah, and one of the big opportunities is solving that scale problem. You're a multinational company with customers in many countries. And one of the things that you've been able to do, obviously, is to accumulate customer voice, customer stories from around the world. Mm-hmm. And when someone comes into your site from Germany, they're going to see stories from German customers. Mm-hmm. We work with companies that do a lot of vertical-based marketing, and they're able to display relevant stories from the same vertical. Or companies who use this content proactively in sales, and they enable their sales teams to share hyper-specific contextual examples with the buyer. And that's what buyers want. They want truth, mm-hmm. but they also want relevant truth.
Right. Yeah. You were telling me an example of, Salesforce is being able to take the same reviews that, maybe marketing's using on the website, or people are just stumbling upon on TrustRadius when they're doing their initial searches, and they're able to customize, I've had a conversation with you. We talked about these points. Here's, a review that also talks to those points, so you can kind of dig more into your research.
Yeah, in B2B, most products are sold, not bought. Mm-hmm. It's not like I'm deciding where to go and eat pizza tonight, and I Google a product. Google between pizza parlors, and 2 lines of text is enough to help me make a decision.
Good pizza, cheese was melted correctly.
Yeah, too salty. But in B2B, these are considered purchases, and so from a go-to-market perspective, brands don't wait for people to self-actualize. They need a solution. Oftentimes, they reach out proactively in advance of someone realizing they need a solution to stimulate demand. Let's say in the video conferencing world, I move office. Maybe that's an opportune moment to reach out to say, well, have you thought about video conferencing in your new office? So you're stimulating demand. And we found that when you inject voice of customer, authentic voice of customer into that demand flow, be it an email or a landing page or a social message, it lifts conversion. Similarly, once you're in a sales cycle, most sales cycles are competitive. You're trying to differentiate yourself. You're trying to sell your advantages. And it's much more effective to back up your claims with customer evidence. Yeah. And we found that salespeople who do that win more and win faster.
Yeah, I mean, we've done A/B tests on our landing pages, and when reviews are there, it tells the story even further, and it helps with the conversions.
Yeah, we on average see about a 30% lift in conversion on landing pages when you inject social proof.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, let's see. There was one more use case we didn't talk about, and it was one that our CEO recently did, which was, I thought, really interesting. So, the quarter's wrapped up. Usually you get an email from the CEO saying, hey, guys, we really killed it this quarter. Great job. This one was, hey, guys, we got a new review on TrustRadius. Take a look. I think it says everything. And I think that's really powerful to be able to say, what we're doing as a company is impacting this customer. And that was kind of, the takeaway there.
Yeah, it's one of the things I try to do at my company is bring back the stories from the field, either from sales cycles where people really get it and say, you guys are, thinking about the world very differently to everyone else. You nailed it. Or better still, from customers when they give you that feedback. We drink our own champagne and have our own customers write reviews on our platform. Yeah. And one of the most powerful emotional things is to hear that feedback, especially when customers take the time to call out specific people. You see this in a lot of companies that provide excellent service. You see individuals being named in a review, and talk about making your day when you're named in a customer review.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I know we're running short on time. I wanted to see, if somebody's out there, I write great reviews, I should be doing this. How do they get involved with TrustRadius? Or if they're a business and they want to?
Yeah, so we're an open site, completely free to technology buyers. So go to trustradius.com and just look for the category or the products that you're interested in researching. And then if you're a brand that's interested in working with us, again, we're an open platform. You can claim your profile. You can start driving your customers to our site organically at no cost to write reviews. We offer a number of premium services to help you be more effective, to help you scale, and to have the ability and the rights to then use this content in your own sales and marketing channels. But I encourage you to get on the journey. This is a shift that's happening in the B2B world, but more and more buyers are looking for authentic truth before they buy. And more brands are waking up to this trend and realizing that this isn't just about managing your reputation online. This is about becoming a more intelligent company that listens to your customers, that acts upon that feedback, and that uses this content proactively to remove friction in sales and marketing. Yeah. And again, I give kudos to your executive team for really embracing this trend and really taking it very seriously. Yeah. I know your entire E-team actually reads every review that comes in and takes it very seriously.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks everybody out there for taking the time to tune in. We'll see you next week. Vinay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Julie.